Hey guys, welcome to How to Make Your Own Music with DM Empire, and welcome to the stage 2 video 2. And in this video we're going to be looking at tempo, talking more about tempos and actually what tempo is more related to which type of song. As you can see, once you first open your FL Studio, your tempo should be at 130, which is basically the default tempo of FL Studio, and that's more in correlation with the UK funk, which is about 130 BPM, which is suitable for the funk genre of music. So I'll just go through a list of tempos and what type of songs they're used for. Obviously, you can also, use your own type of tempo. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to be fixed on the type of tempo I'm telling you about. Even me, in some cases, I would just be flexible while I'm creating a song with what type of what tempo I choose. I could use pretty much almost any tempo to create almost any type of song, but to be more standardized and in a more default setting, we're gonna go through the type of tempos they are and what type of songs they're used for. So for the hip hop normally rank between 80, so the tempo of 80 and 115 bpm, so that's bit per minute. So you be ranked between 80 and 150 if you're doing hip hop songs. If you're doing trip hip hop, which is a down tempo, which is around 90 to 110 bpm, and if you're doing concert marches, these are typically around 120 bpm, and house music varies between 118 and 135 bpm. UK garage, which is two steps, usually varies between 130 135 bpm. UK funk is around 130 bpm. Techno is about 120 and 160 bpm. So that's a very, very actually huge scale right there. 40 bpm difference, almost up to the hip hop one, but it's actually a lot more faster than hip hop. And then we have the general, which is around 120 to 135. So this is your general music. We have the acid tempo, techno, sorry, acid techno, which is around 135 to 150 BPM. And then we have the Schwanz, which is about 150 BPM. We have the dubstep, which is around 140 BPM. We have trap, which is around 140 BPM. We have the screamers, which is usually around 130 to 150 BPM. And we have the odd style, which is around 150 BPM. We have the junk and the footwork, which is around 160 BPM. We have drum and bass, which is around, which average around about 160 to 180 BPM. We have the old school jungle, which is around 160 to 170 BPM. Drum and bass and drum dubstep, which is neuro funk, 170 to 180 BPM. And those are generally what type of the genres and what type of bpm they actually, the type of tempo they're actually going to go for. Obviously R&B, afro beats and all that should be ranked around 180 150. If you want, you can turn it up a notch to 140, to be honest, because sometimes the people actually, I see people turning up to dubstep actually level, actually ranking up to like 140 bpm to make the beats, but it doesn't really matter. So this is just for formal information, what type of BPM and what exactly, what genre they're linked to. So some of the basic tempo markers, the basic tempo markers is like I'll call those out for you right now. So we have Lago, which is about 40 to 60 BPM, and we have the Laghetto, which is 60 to 66 BPM. We have the Adagio, which is 66 to 76 BPM. And then we have the Adante, which is 76 to 108 BPM. We have the Moderato, which is 108 to 120 BPM. We have the Allegro, sorry, my bad, Allegro, which is 120 to 168 BPM. We have the Pisto, which is 168 to 200 BPM. And then we have the Prestissimo, which is around 200 BPM. And yeah, which is around 200 200 plus BPM. So you can see, depending on what type of song, you will see the ranges, which which is the basic tempo markers for which type of songs that you're doing. And in this case, hip hop will fall between the andante and the modreto. So between those two, it can fall into, or you can actually turn it up a notch and take it to allegro, which which is more in the zone of the trap music section. So your R&B, hip hop, rap, Afro beats should be between the allegro uh, and the adagio. So adagio and allegro, your tempo should be in between those two. Sorry for the tongue twister, because I'm not usually familiar speaking these words on a day to day, but on a professional base, those are how they're meant to sound. You understand? And and that's how it goes. And obviously for the lower ones, for the lower tempos, which there won't be necessary, to be honest. I would just call just one more. There's one more lower tempo, which is totally low, and it's called the grave, and that's 30 below. So there's no need. I don't think you'll be doing any song which is going to be that low in tempo, but it's all up to you. So what type of songs you want to create, what type of ideas you have. But if I just personally stay off the grave. Like grave is so low, and I'll probably just begin from around 80 upwards. So 80 BPM upwards. So I'm talking more about beginning from the legretto, not actually legretto is actually too low. Adagio, more preferably andante. I begin from andante, more like that way I can go up and turn it up to as much as I want to, up to like 150. I think my quickest song was about 150, 160, but probably I might have done something in the past which was a lot more than that. So basically, guys, that's more on it. That's actually what we're here to discuss about tempo. If you have any questions, just drop me a comment below, or you could just send me an email on the support page and I'll get back to you. And if you're on the weekly webinars, you could just get at me and then talk to me in the webinar, and then I'll be glad to actually explain it to you. And if you're on the one-on-one session with me, then yeah, you can just get in contact with me on the group, and then I would get in contact with you. Obviously, if you want to upgrade into any of those other options to get your weekly webinars or to have a one-on-one session with me, you can also upgrade your membership, and that will take you to the next level, and then we're gonna pick it up from there. So guys, that's more about tempo, and I will see you in the next lesson. Have a good time, guys.